Welcome to Moonlight Madness, and I'm reading today for October for the fire signs, the sun, moon and rising. And the decks I'm using today is the Fairy Tarot cards by Doreen, the Enchanted map by Colette Baron-Reid, and Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid. Okay, so we've got the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is always to do with indecision. I liken it to when you put your hands over your eyes and just shake your head as if to say, I don't know what to do. So by not making a choice, you're actually making a choice. By having non-action. Non-action is still a choice, even if it is viewed as not an action. So it says here, your indecision has held you back. Trust yourself and move forward. Torn between doing what is right and what someone else thinks you should be doing. So that's the indecision. But it also could be a choice between two people as well. The Ace of Wands is to do with growth. It's the seed, the sapling that's growing from the ground. You've planted the seed, it's starting to bear fruit, and it's been a long journey. It might have taken over a year or possibly 3 years. I'm getting probably 3 because you've got 2 winter and the Ace of Spring is 0 is 1. So three long years you've been trying to put a business idea together or a sideline avenue. It just says be fearless because the birth of this business is amazing. It could lead to career opportunities that can promote you. Time to act now. Be confident in your abilities. Pursue your treasured dreams and all steps reveal themselves as you dive in. So that's a really good card to get. Again, it's wands, it's fire. In the past, you've got the 5 of Cups. That's to do with spilt milk. I look at it as the bridge and you've got 4 cups that you've spilt and there's 1 left standing. It's kind of like you've lost opportunities where everything you had just went. You just lost everything. It's a card of grief. So if anyone's going through grief right now, loss of a job, loss of a business, I'm thinking it's repeated itself twice now. We've had it in 2019 and it came back again in 2021. So it says here, in the past things may have gone wrong for you and you asked why. Everything happens for a reason, they say, and everything is released in negative situations. You have to mourn that, the loss of a job, loss of career, loss of a way of life, recovering in a healthy way. And you've got the recent past being the Chariot. The Chariot can be a past car. So you may have had a car in the past that didn't do so well and it may have just had serious mechanical issues. So that wasn't a very stable car. Or it can be metaphorically that your vehicle, your body that travels through life or gets you through life is not completely healed or it's not completely healthy. There's some positive aspects to your body and there's some negative ones. You're trying to release the negative aspects to your body. Maybe the job was so much that you became unwell, so your vehicle in life, your body, was unable to withstand the pressure of and the demands of a job that leads to burnout, which sometimes happens in high pressure jobs. So it says here, fix the negative and promote the quality of the positive. And the next card we've got is crowning you, is the Prince of Wands. And he's riding there with the rabbit. So the rabbit's really quick, fast moving energy. He is represented by an Aries, Sagittarian or a Leo around you, maybe in the spotlight, or a celebrity that may want to help you with a sideline career that will propel you into the spotlight and into action. And then you've got in the future, this is the birth of the business, was the Ace of Spring. This is the result of the business, the birth of the sapling, or the birth of a business. So there's that birthing in your world. Lots of new opportunities, new beginnings. It says take time to action, power of creativity, hard work that pays off. There's some mother figures around you in the future. The planning phase is now over, time to get busy. So fix your eye on the horizon and move. Creative endeavours are favoured right now. A desire to have children or your baby is the birth of the business. They've got a couple of aces. There's 1 ace there. So 2 beginnings, a creative beginning, and the Ace of Swords is a mind, an intellectual beginning. So your intellectual thought processes or downloads is like coming down as pure crystalline thought, which is why I've got the crystal, because that's the quartz crystal. And that's pure crystalline thought. You're getting downloads even while you're talking to people. So if you happen to be a medium, mediums tend to pick up on energy around people, and they don't even have to say anything. They'll just pick it up, and it'll be in the room, or you'll just read a room. So it's a download of messages will come through effortlessly, brilliant new concepts, and noticing and trusting the signs of a positive outcome. There's challenges along the way. There's new ideas are inspired and worthy of your time. Communicate in a clear and concise fashion in order to avoid confusion. Then you have the Lovers card. This is to do with a choice. So your choice is between two people, whether it be a male, two males. So one could be the younger male that I picked up here that's crowning you. And then we've got the more mature male who could be maybe 5 to 10 years older than you, possibly 15. And so because it's a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarian, I've got the tiger's eye to represent the tiger. They may even have a tiger in their chart. They could be like walking tiger in a Chinese horoscope, which again is very Leo energy. And so the Lovers represents new love coming into your life, which is this one. And that we're saying about the two people. They also could possibly have Gemini in their natal chart. A return to good health in your future and making balanced decisions. So you're making all the right choices at the moment. You're not making them out of an emotional place. You're making them out of a logical place, which is enhanced by the Ace of Swords. All logical movement, non-emotional, not irrational. So you're seen as very solid right now. People around you are seeing you as very solid and full of prosperity. I guess people might think that you're earning lots of money, which you might not be. You're just very strong sense of self, which is a good thing to be. You know what you want. So an outcome is a financial windfall, an unexpected supporter of your cause, a mature man who is charismatic, bold, and a leader in their industry. They may be an actor or in the media. Innovative and motivational, they love their family and can be quite the father figure. Their warm and charming nature makes them very approachable. Just don't upstage them. They won't like sharing the spotlight. I got the music in my head going, it's Murder on the Dance Floor. I don't know if anyone remembers the 90s clip to that, but she's like saying it's her dance floor and, you know, you better get off it because it's her stage. And that's how I kind of feel with this person. They don't like being upstaged. But you've got here wishes coming true. So the Nine of is the best card in the zodiac beside the Sun. It represents all your wishes are coming true in the near future. So you will get your happy ever after, fire signs. If you've been through a really bad phase, and I think everyone has gone through it with the COVID and everything else, people have lost their jobs, their homes, their sanity. For some people have probably lost their sanity. Which my family claimed I did back in 2016. But anyway, long story short, they all want to reconcile and they want to see you healthy and happy and moving forward. And I guess everyone wants to move forward, but it's very difficult with COVID. So we're all just doing the best we can and we all struggle. I know some people are in exams right now. I know my son's doing exams. They're both at uni. And he said, no one's talking, Mum, it's really quiet. I'm like, why? Because they were all studying. And I can understand I was in that mode when I was at university. And he was saying that all the librarians, most of them have gone, so they've lost their jobs, and that's difficult because he relies on the librarians to help him. And I found that the really good ones that were there were extremely helpful at Newcastle University. When I didn't know anything about how to study, I didn't have a computer. I was learning as I was going. I used a book on how to use computers. I was that inept. It wasn't funny, but at least I attempted it. And I was trying to prove a point to show my sons that, hey, you know, you never give up. Even if you fail, you can always go back and try again. And I wanted them to show them that even Mum fails at things, you know. I didn't want them to think that I've got these, you know, lots of various different degrees, but that doesn't mean I'm super smart. It just means I was good at it at that time, you know, and back then it was easier apparently to get degrees back then. But I don't know so much now. And university is really hard, and I think you have to be a certain type of person to understand it. And if you don't have computer skills, you might as well go and do your computer course and then go and do your university degree, because you really do need those skills. And they're really good skills to do because they make you research and they make you back up your research to say where you got your information from, which book you used, you know, if it's relevant, if it's an article, or if it's just a book that's 10 years old and probably not new material. So I got in trouble for using books that were back in the 1960s but had merit. I thought they held merit still, because one of them talked about the Montessori effect and how to raise children and how to raise a bright, confident child. So that was by Joan Beck, and she was amazing. So, you know, sometimes these books that are old or outdated and have been superseded by new data doesn't mean that they're not useful. They're useful, but in a different way. because what led from that book led on to another bit of research, and then another person brought that research based on the beginning, which is the book by Joan Beck. So, you know, it all leads back, all roads lead to Rome. We can't just dismiss an old book just because it's 20 years old. Some of the research still is relevant and used today. So what we're using now is the wisdom of the oracle. And this is to do with picking up on what other energy there is to do with the wishes coming true and the people and the energy surrounding the younger fire sign and the mature fire sign. Cards aren't wanting to talk today. There's stagnancy everywhere. It's Freedom Day today. You can go to the pub. You can go to the club, but only if you're fully vaccinated. But it doesn't mean you don't have to wear a mask, so we're still being policed. And that's the bit I don't understand. Parts of New South Wales is going back into lockdown because now we've got these new freedoms, but then people are getting sicker again and getting COVID and then having to be tested and then hospitalised even after they've been vaccinated. So it's like a circus. It's going round and round in circles, and I don't see an end or I don't see a beginning. It's like the Wheel of Fortune. It's like we're on this continual up cycle and then a continual down cycle. And they're like, oh, we can't promise there'll be no more lockdowns. Well, at the moment, if they're promoting the vaccine, they're promoting another lockdown. I'm not getting my hopes up. All that glitters. That's the first card I pulled from that one. This is to do with the Nine of Cups, all your wishes coming true. That'd be like, I don't know, you won the jackpot, you won the lotto, and you, which would be great if I could guess the numbers. And if you do win that, it's like, oh, once you get it, it's not what you expected. It was just, you know, it's like that shiny penny. Once the coating comes off that shiny penny, because it's fake, you see that underneath it's not that nice. It's like it's just a normal penny, just with gold put on it, painted over it to make it look attractive. Loyal Heart. That's a really good, I like this card. It's one of my favourites in the deck. And that's to do with the Lovers card. Again, the two, because if you see on the card, it's got the two owls. So that's like the perfect pair. It's like getting a Leo with an Aries or Sag. Very, very good match. But get two Leos together, not so much of a good match because you're both trying to share the spotlight and neither wants to back down. So you've got two egos that are in the road and that can cause problems. Like I was saying, Murder on the Dance Floor, don't upstage the King of Spring because he wants to shine. He doesn't want you to take his shine. Oh, and some of you out there, this is the younger one. I was just pointing to the younger one. I've pointed out that they like to surf. They might be surfing or like deep scuba diving or boating or camping or fishing, but there's something to do with water. They're a great lover of water. Or they might live like near a body of water, like say an island, or they might live in a tropical place that's like a beach sort of community. So that's what. Or they might have involvement with the oceans and marine life and protection of environmental concerns, because I'm getting this person's an environmentalist as well. Which is good because if you live in that area, you tend to see, you know, things like island sort of places where they hatch baby turtles and things like that. So that would be an amazing thing to watch, I think, because not all of them survive. It's survival of the fittest. Oh, this is a good one. Again, about birth and intention. So we've got the intention card, what you're manifesting. That goes along with the Ace of Spring. So that's the backup of that card. So we'll do 35 Loyal Hearts. And it's coming across a bit dark. So if it's a bit dark, it's because I think it might be raining again out there, which it came left of field too. It just all of a sudden decided to rain. Fidelity and loyalty. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove that they are faithful to you and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected and divinely directed. That's a nice thing to be told. So your partnerships, friendships and romantic relationships all have many qualities in common right now. Honest devotion, faithfulness and a loyal heart are being shown to you. Are you as loyal in return? Now is the time for a heartfelt commitment and trusting in divine protection. So that's really nice. Yeah, So if you're partnered already, like it said, the lovers, if you already have a partner, then they may have Gemini in their chart. But and yeah, it may get you may have challenges in the relationship, but it says that you can work through anything because you're both quite, I guess, meant to be like soulmates, is what it's saying there. I like that card for that reason. And you've got 16, all that glitters. So it's saying that, yeah, if you're in the public eye, you may realise that there's so many fake things out there and fake stories about you that aren't real, but they're just made up because people like to make up gossip about people just for the hell of it so they can sell paper. 16. I need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or dress, something up to disguise its true nature. And I picked this up yesterday. Like, I have a flatmate that lives here, and I was like, there's something about him where he wears a mask, and it's not on purpose. It's just he's trying to hide his true intentions because he doesn't want people to know his secrets, which is fair enough. You know, he's a very shy young guy, and he's just very guarded, and I'm very guarded, so I can completely understand that. And so, you know, I picked up a mask that this, like, either work in the media or post-production. Apparently someone used to live here, worked behind the scenes in post-production, so I was picking up that energy. And then again today, the third time, is the mask. So trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkly new thing, and being mercurial. And we're going through a Mercury retrograde as well as apparently a Saturn retrograde. So there's a lot of roadblocks and tension and strain and explosions and people getting upset. So it says here, it's only human to want to adorn yourself with trinkets and paint a pretty picture of yourself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, a big house, a title or position, the stamp of authority or the sparkling of diamonds and these icons can let you know something about a person, place or thing. Or do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire status or cars or boats or houses as a way to symbolise and elevate them and make them more attractive to the outside world. This card signals that it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface. Learn to recognise the mask that people wear and the motives for underlying them and why they put a mask on. Imagine that all the glitter is gone. Would you still desire that object or that person? Sometimes we try to be something we're not to impress others. We embellish a story a bit, adding some dramatic events to make us more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and shine. Then there are other times when we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz and glamour that seems so desirable. Now's the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to the essence of that person. Who that person is, not what he or she can give you. It's important. See beyond the glitter and look for the inner glow. Use the eyes in your own heart. Let go of artifice and let what is authentic shine, which is what you want to see. So an opportunity may come along that it glitters like gold and you can't resist it, especially when it appears others are doing so well and have hit the mother lode. During the American gold rush, everyone hurried west to find their fortune and then deserted entire towns after the mining dried up and the gold veins in the earth. So too can you deplete yourself as you chase after the latest shiny thing that's caught your eye. There is a mercurial quality to your present circumstances, so it's all shifting and changing. Mercury, if you see in a thermometer, it never stays in one place long enough to get your temperature absolutely correct 100% of the time, because it's shifting and changing, because if that's its nature. It's a mercurial energy, which I associate with Gemini energy, which I got with the lovers, the twin energy that could be in someone's natal chart. And so it says, pay no attention to those who chase after fool's gold. Resist the temptation to be jealous of others, because what they have achieved may not be the true success you seek. So don't compare yourself to them. You see only the surface right now, only the sparkle. Be assured that you will experience your own shining moment if you stick to what you know. All that glitters may not be gold for you. Yeah. What looks good on the outside or on paper, what someone got Sex and the City Samantha goes, if he's got what did she say? A number behind his last name, like, I don't know, someone the 4th or the 5th or the 6th, they look good on paper, but necessarily not that great in person. They might have the status and the title, but they have got nothing to back it up with. And she said they're just all children that haven't grown up. I can remember her saying that. That was in Sex and the City. But it was just funny because she was trying to say that even though they had the title, they felt entitled to treat her a certain way. So she's like, don't chase after people with a number behind their last name. That's for someone very specific out there. Then we've got intention. Again, Ace of Wands, which is the birth of. Your intentions need to be noble when you're starting something. It has to come from a place of good, not from a place of bad. You've got to put your right intentions out there. 2. Haven't had this one for quite a while. Deliberate. Clear intentions have the power to change your world. Your objectives will be fulfilled at this time. Inspired intentions are like magic arrows shot into the sky. The universe is bringing you a gift, showing you that you're hitting your mark. So that's to do again with acting. Recognize that you're not the one who has to do all the work. However, others help you co-create reality. You connect to the power of your intention, sending it out into the field, then allow for synchronicity to work its magic. Perhaps the good intentions of others will inspire you to send out beautiful ones of your own. Own the life you want to lead and live deliberately with clarity and detachment. So sending out good energy or good intentions or wishing someone well is, it's like a circle effect. It repeats. It's like the Wheel of Fortune. What you send out, you get back. So if you're sending all good stuff, you get good stuff that comes back. You can hope, because it'll somehow it will come back in your future, and you'll be remembered for what you did. All the good you did in the past will return to you. Ride the wave. We've got 14. Again, I've got something to do with water. This younger person likes the water fire sign. Right now, success is easy and effortless, so you're on the crest of the wave. You can assure that you're entering a time when you can ride the wave of abundance. The tide has turned. You can put your surfing skills to the test, again, to do with surfing. Everything that you know, all your talents, coupled with all your hopes and dreams, will carry you forward. People and circumstances will come out of the ocean of potential and possibility to take shape in a wave of spectacular activity. Know that you're definitely on the right path. So it says keep going, put your intention out there. If you're trying to help, like I picked up someone who could be environmentalist, helping the world, the ocean and the waters and, our ocean and marine life, if that's the person that I'm picking up on, then because you're giving back or donating money to charities to support that, or to supporting charities to helping small children like that are in hospital with leukemia. Those are all good and admirable qualities to be putting your hard-earned cash back into, because it's helping others and it's helping in you in return, because one day you may need those services for your own children or your future of the planet. So you're looking after the planet, which is what I'm trying to get at. I'll just pull another one. I'm asked to pull another one. It's funny because I had a vision about a gun the other day, and I'm like, what's this gun about? I thought, is someone trying to shoot me or something? And, don't be too obvious, my son's like, because now people are knowing that you're the one, And I'm like, he says, don't draw attention to yourself, Mum. Take your phone with you everywhere, because you never know if people might think they can touch you and get a reading off them, or I don't know. I'm like, look, I'm just a normal person. He's like, yeah, but now you're doing this stuff. He's like, you might attract the wrong energy. So he's like, please be careful and protect yourself and take your phone with you and all the rest of it, because you don't want to attract the wrong things, even though you've got a good heart, is what he said to me. So I'm starting to listen to what he's saying, because I had someone try and push me or touch me in a supermarket the other day, and I could feel, if you know someone's at the back of you or you're standing behind you, it's just all too close. So I put my bag in front of me so that he couldn't come near me, or within my space. You know how you've got that, you put your elbow arm length away from someone. That should be your personal space, and that's how it should be with COVID. This guy was trying to stand right behind me with his camera, probably to take a photo of me to say that I stood next to him, but he actually made the distance up by trying to be closer to me. So I put my handbag down to say back off, you're too close. I actually put my hand up and gone, back off, you're too close. And so, and I used to take my phone and take photographs of them if they did come too close, back when we first had COVID. And it's really sad that people have come to this like this. That's so un-Australian. It's so piss poor, I reckon. Okay, so we've got One Ring Circus. So maybe you're the One Ring Circus at the moment, and you're the star of the show, which again, the Leo energy. 15. And maybe your life feels like a circus at the moment. If you are in the public eye, it can be a little bit overwhelming. I know I was reading online about some of the celebrities just shut themselves away like hermits. They just hermit. They don't come out of their room or their home. they've got a movie cinema in their home, because then they don't have to go and get mobbed by all these fans. Like, it must be really overwhelming. I can imagine how confronting that would be if you're a normal person. Yeah, I would not like that at all. I think I would go and hide and be a recluse, like some of those the old 1920s movie stars did. 15. Imagine if you had kids as well. That'd be just like so scary. You are always safe and secure and free to be yourself. Asking for help is not easy for many successful people. However, that's what you need to do as you expand your life. So some of you might have just come into a new movie that you might be doing, or a new, if you're a singer, making a new album, but there's something coming that's going to draw up a lot of attention, and it might be very overwhelming if you've been on the down low. It says, however, that's what you need to do as you expand your life. You need to ask for help. If you find yourself troubled, you can expect help with whatever issue is at hand now. You need only ask, and assistance will come your way. The most important support you can expect is from Spirit. Get into a right relationship with the divine, and you'll see that many conditions line up as if by magic to provide you with all the help you need. Ask and you will receive. There is no need to fear. Safety is a place within. So if you can get yourself right, that's what one of my flatmates said to me. If you operate from a balanced place, then nothing will rattle you. No, it doesn't matter what other energies in the house. If you can be balanced or centered in your own self, then no one else can upset that balance within you. Try not to be as reactive, and if they become hard to deal with, then just retreat. And I think that sometimes that's the easiest thing to do, is to shut down if it's too much. Shut down off social media if it's too much. I think I've been on there a bit too much, looking for ways to do this channel. So I'm getting ideas and seeing what works and what doesn't work, because I'm new at it. So it's it's overwhelming. And that's all I have for fire signs.